Malacanang spells out a comprehensive policy on mining in Executive Order 79. The order bans any new mineral agreements until Congress passes a law that rationalizes existing revenue-sharing schemes. Ina Andolong is reporting live from Malacanang. Ina?
Pia, this executive order was initially set to be released last February, and after months of revisions, it has finally been signed by President Aquino and released by Malacanang today. No new mining contracts will be granted until Congress passes a law that will rationalize existing revenue-sharing schemes between the government and mining companies. This is among the highlights of Executive Order 79, which outlines the administration's mining policy.
Actually, the EU intends to, or aims to increase the revenue of government from mining. We also The EU also intends to improve environmental standards and try to put consistency in the national and local laws pertaining to mining.
The government currently imposes a 2% excise tax on mining firms' gross revenues. Environment Secretary Ramon Paez says they want this increased to 5 to 7%, which he says are well within international standards. This increase in excise tax may only be done by amending the law. Paez says it will be the Mining Industry Coordination Council, or MICC, which will be tasked to draft a bill for Congress that will seek an increase in government shares in mining operations. EO 79 orders the creation of the MICC, which will primarily oversee operations of all mining companies.
But what we will try to do is to certify it as the President, to recommend to the President to certify it as an urgent bill that will hasten somehow the process.
EO 79 also imposes higher occupational and filing fees for mining companies and a 5% royalty fee for those that will operate in mineral reserve areas. It also mandates the government to bid out abandoned stockpiles and mine wastes, which Paez says may translate to additional revenues of about 50 billion pesos for the government. Despite the moratorium on mining contracts, mining companies with existing contracts will also be allowed to continue with their operations. The DENR, however, may review existing contracts for possible renegotiation of terms and conditions and ensure that mining firms comply with environmental laws. To help improve the regulation, the EO only allows small-scale mining operations to be undertaken in Minahan ng Bayan areas. Provinces and cities that have not set up their own Minahan ng Bayan areas are directed to do so within 3 months. The extraction of gold, silver, chromite will not be allowed in small-scale mining operations, and the use of mercury is strictly prohibited.
We have to contain them in one place so that we can contain the wastes and we can treat them properly.
Yet this EO also expands the areas where mining is banned. These areas now include 78 tourism sites, prime agricultural lands under the Agrarian Reform Program, and other critical areas that may be identified by the DENR. Also, Pia, on the proposed increase in government taxes on mining firms' revenues, Secretary Paez says he is confident that this will not discourage investors because aside from the fact that the proposed government increase, he says, is well within international standards, he says what keeps mining investors attracted to the Philippines is the quality of its minerals. And that's the latest from Malacanang. Pia?
That was Ina Andolong reporting live from Malacanang.